Hey everybody, this is Dr. D Oracle. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be coming on to explain angel numbers, what they mean, how to get the message and understand it so that you can have clarity. So, if you like the content of my channel, make sure that you click on that like and subscribe button. And so today, I'm going to be explaining two things. One, how to interpret or decode your angel numbers, okay? And how to use those numbers to manifest something. I'm also going to be telling you why those numbers are coming at you and ultimately what that means in the bigger scheme of things, okay? So I'm just going to get right into it, and I want you guys to make sure that you check out some of my readings, okay? My dark mirror readings, my couples readings, my psychic abilities readings, so that you can understand what you need to do so that you can complete your spiritual journey. That means what you're here for, so you can accomplish your highest and your greatest good. So what's going on with angel numbers? Why do we see angel numbers? And what does that mean? Well, angel numbers is one of the ways that the universe is choosing to communicate with you. At this point in time, we are into the period of the cycle of consciousness where it's very dark and low. So those of us who have spiritual journeys that we need to complete at this time, our spirit guides, as well as like our higher selves, okay, in other dimensions, they're using numbers to communicate with us so that we can be reminded of what we need to do right now so that we can achieve our highest and our greatest good. So that's where the angel numbers are coming from, okay? Some of us have spirit guides in our zodiac signs. We have spirit guides who are working with us because they themselves are trying to achieve a level of spiritual evolution. And then we also have our higher minds screaming at us from other dimensions saying, hey, I need you to get this together so that you can be on track or you can be on time. Now, what does those numbers ultimately mean for our consciousness? Well, when I think of numbers, intuitively speaking, I feel like the universe makes perfect mathematical equations for life. And so everything for me goes back to numbers, especially like when you just want to take the emotion out of it, okay? Numbers represent logic, which represents planning. Executing that plan means that a number can be sent to you, and there is a way for you to figure out the message behind that number, okay? Some of it is numerology, okay? But some of it is also a code to help us in our consciousness. Like, it's going to raise our consciousness and bring us up to the levels that we need to be so that we are staying on our course. We're staying on our path, on our plan, okay, that we made before we reincarnated, okay? So, when we're getting a number, just knowing the meaning of that specific number is not going to tell us what the number is saying to us in our personal lives, because that's like a general meaning. And then it's also not going to tell us what exactly it is we need to do to use that number effectively so that we can be on track, stay on track. So, I myself practice a lot of divination. Readings or reading energy is part of that, okay? Not only do I do that for other people, but I also have to do that for myself so that I understand when I need to make changes, or I can understand when there's some divine communication going on that I really need to pay attention to, okay? So, here is going to be the kicker. How do we decode angel messages? So first I want to differentiate, before I tell you that, what an angel number is. So when you're seeing 777, 333, or you're waking up at 222 a.m., okay? Those are things that your higher reality of yourself and the universal mind is sending to you so that you can receive upgrades in consciousness, okay? This is a time, like I said, where the consciousness is really low. So your spirits are trying to keep your consciousness up so that you can maintain higher awareness. And not only that, but progress in your awareness, okay? Remember, we're only using, 10% of the brain. So it has to slowly, be risen. And then each time you come, you're able to bring a little bit more consciousness with you. That's why some people are born with their psychic gifts and, they're really good at it. They've already been working on that in a past life. Now, there's another thing that are called mirror numbers, okay? So mirror numbers is like 1001. And if you turn them to face each other, they would be the same, okay? So when you're getting like a mirror number, that's a little bit different than an angel number message. A mirror number message is asking you to reflect on something, okay? Or to look into the mirrors that are around you so that you can see how you're equal to what's going on. By doing that, you make yourself more aware about what behaviors you need to change, what thought patterns you need to work with so that you can have balance, okay? And then, aside from the mirror numbers, the 4 numbers, like 1111, 2222, those are different, okay, than angel numbers. Those numbers are actually trying to bring you up to the 4th dimension. That's why there are 4 of them, okay? So they're saying, in that message, like this is an upgrade to the 4th dimension, okay? When you're seeing the angel numbers 333444, that's to complete your levels in the 3rd dimension. The 4th dimension, that's more about stepping outside of time, okay? So if you're working with those numbers, it's like time will you'll kind of float on time. Like time will be kind of weird. It seems like it's speeding up a little bit, and those numbers are coming to help you understand, to stay on track, okay, with what you're doing so that you can evolve. So, here's the code. I'm finally going to give you how you can tap into your angel number messages and any other messages that you're getting, even those mirror number messages. Remember, the universe makes perfect mathematical equations for life. So anything regarding a number message, you want to pay specific attention to, okay? Yesterday, mine was 777. So what did I do? I came home and I got out my tarot deck, okay? So Tarot is one way that, or a tool that you can use to decode your messages. So, one of the things that you want to go to first is your major arcana, and you want to find that number in your major arcana, okay? Because that's going to tell you a message about what it is you need to do now, okay? Or observe now. So 7, okay? This is a message of changing course with the Chariot, okay? Or changing direction, okay? You're either on the right path or you're not. And so Spirit is asking you to look at that and align yourself, okay, with what you need to do so that you can be on the right path, or you'll be going in the right direction. The next thing you want to do is think about, where did you see that number at? Did you see that number on a license plate? Did you see 777 on your bank account? If you saw 777 on a receipt or a bank account, that's asking you to do something to look at your finances, or to look at your abundance or your prosperity, how you're handling that, what you're doing with that is a part of your spiritual growth and evolution, okay? Were you emotional when you saw 777? If you were, you want to look at that 7 of Cups, okay? Because that's asking you to look at your expectations, or it's asking you to see if you're in a delusion, okay? Or if you're looking at things realistically, okay? Definitely, when I saw 777, the 7 of Swords came up for me. So that was letting me know that I need to understand what other people's patterns of manipulation is and how those things affect me, okay? So what if your number is 333? Well, if your number's 333 or 111, you're going to take a look at the Magician card. And you can look these cards up online. You don't have to have a tarot deck, okay, to use this form of divination to decode your angel numbers, okay? And when you look up, like if your number is 111, this is saying something about you having everything that you need. It could be saying something possibly about your psychic abilities, or if you do magic, okay, where you are with that. So you just have to look at the time that you saw it, like at that specific time, what were you doing, okay? And then also you need to look at the specific area that the number is applied to. I would say, like, if you see it on a license plate, that's about your drive or your motivation, okay? So that would be Swords, okay? Because Swords is about action and words and things that drive your behavior, okay? So think about what you were doing when you saw that number, okay? Sometimes we see it on a watch, like it's a specific time. So that's trying to tell you something about your cycles. That's trying to tell you something about being on time, okay, with what you're doing, how to time things. I've also noticed with time, a lot of people, when their consciousness is being raised by your spirits, you will wake up at the same time each and every morning, okay? Add those numbers up, and then you'll have one specific number that you can work with, and you can go back to the tarot. You can pull that major arcana so that it's making a strong point, okay? And then you try to focus on the specific area. If it's behavior, that's going to be Swords, okay? If it's like something very intense, that's going to be your wands, your fiery cards, okay? If it's something emotional, of course, it's going to be cups, okay? If it's something in regards to money, value about yourself, or your bank accounts, your job, that's going to be pentacles, okay? So that's how you're going to decode your angel numbers only. So how do we decode the mirror numbers, okay? Those numbers that I said, like 1001, if you keep seeing those numbers are asking you to reflect. So you're going to have to go, if it's 1001, the number's going to be both 1 and it's going to be 10, okay? That way, you have an accurate kind of, depiction of what Spirit is telling you, like in all of those places, okay? So 1 and 10, major arcana, is going to be your Magician card and your Wheel of Fortune, okay? So this is really asking you to reflect on having everything you need, and also to reflect on your destiny, your purpose, okay? What is it? What do you need to be doing to accomplish it? Is there anybody in the way? And this is usually asking you, yes, to look at some of the reflections around you to see what they're reflecting back to you. Are they reflecting back to you that you have everything you need, or are you depending on people to supply that, okay? And it's also going to ask you, are you on your path, or are you on your destiny, okay? If not, what is it that is around you that is stopping you, okay? What do you see in those things that are the same in yourself that you need to change so that you can get on the right path, okay? Those mirror numbers are really harder. And like I said, you can always look these cards up online. You don't have to have a personal deck. But it's good to have your own personal deck, and you can get one for about $10 because the tarot is really good at reflecting back the psychic energies that we are dealing with, okay? You can understand them a little bit better by studying the tarot. Now, what about those last numbers I said that are asking you or giving you a message about 4, quadruple? I told you earlier that those messages are asking you to upgrade yourself, you know what it was saying, to the 4th dimension. Like, it's saying, you know, you're ready to move up to a new level. You're on track. Those numbers are definitely good to look to the tarot for. But I want you to pull up your birth chart and start using your birth chart as a form of divination. Now, if you got 333 in your birth chart, you want to pay attention to what's in your 3rd house, okay? Your 3rd house. Now, to use it for a mirror number, then you would pay attention to what's in your 1st house and what's in your 10th house at 1001, okay? Not at the time 1001, but the message 1001. If it's mirror numbers, say for instance, like 11, well, 1111 is a mirror number, but 1111, so 4 numbers. That's specifically asking you to pay attention to your 1st house, okay? Also, from the tarot, you could pull like your major arcana card and pull all 4 of those numbers, you know, the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. And understand how you've mastered some of those things. And if it's telling you or you realize you haven't mastered, those areas, it's basically asking you, if you work on those few areas you have left, you'll master this and you'll be in the fourth dimension, So it's specifically relating to an area as far as your psychic energies, okay? And mastery of those psychic energies. So these are going to be your angel numbers explained. Now, if you have some angel numbers that you've been seeing or you've been getting, you can come to me, because I'm going to add an angel numbers reading to my reading list so that people can purchase that for themselves. And you don't have to do that divination. But by studying your own psychic energies and taking the time to divinate for yourself, well, you definitely save money, and you also learn how to extract self-knowledge so that you can be able to become more aware and have better reasoning and judgment. That's the whole purpose of why we do readings. And we do magic to help change up the energy of a situation. But if you can't read the energy, you don't know what you need to change up. So that's what you're supposed to be coming for your love readings for. And doing it when you're in a good space, so that a reader can tell you where you need to use, per se, magic to work on things, okay? Maybe you need to work on love and communication, specifically how you're learning how to talk to each other, but you don't know that in the beginning because you're blind, okay? So you go get a reading so that person can pull off the blinders and say, hey, this is what you need to work on. And then that's what you can do with your magic, instead of waiting until the psychic energy is already built up to go against you when you're arguing, you're fighting, you're on the crossroads at a relationship of leaving or staying. And now you got to do some work to try to change that energy because you're not even in alignment with it anymore. Okay? So let us learn how to use divination, readings, angel numbers, okay? Because that's a form of divination as well, so that we can pay attention to what direction we need to go or what decisions we need to make in our lives, so we can stay on our path to our highest and our greatest good. Ladies and gentlemen, that is angel numbers explained, and I am done with this reading. Don't forget to check into my dark mirror readings too, for you to heal some of your inner child wounds and work from a better position where you attract people in your life who are more positive, more healthy for you, and not toxic, okay? That's it. If you haven't done so already, click on that like button as well. That really helps people see if the video is actually worth them taking a look at. And that's it. Thank you for watching.